Gets me through my morning every day.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adelaide's Jodie and Hazy on Nova.
G'day, friends. Thank you so much for choosing this podcast. We feel like you're heading in a good direction. We spoke quite openly yesterday about my journey with anxiety and my unhealthy relationship with anxiety. Jodes, you did something quite phenomenal recently, and that is speak about your journey with mental health, etc., and where you were and where you've got to right now.
Yeah, and I think the only reason I spoke about it is because I just want to give people hope if they are in the depths of despair at the moment that you can get out of it and you can fight your way back because life is glorious, so it's worth fighting for.
100%, and as we know, there are services available, such as Lifeline on 13 11 14, but this was a really, really special part of the show this morning. We had an open chat about anxiety, the effects, what it actually is, and I told you my relationship with anxiety, which is actually pretty unhealthy. Yep. So I think from that conversation yesterday, the overwhelming thing that I got from that is it's just good to talk. Yeah. It's really good to talk, and we took some really, really nice calls. You said, let me sit on it for a day, and I'll share my relationship with anxiety. So that's what you're going to do with us right now. Yeah. How are you feeling about this?
A little bit nervous, to be honest. I did sit on this for a little while overnight because I've never spoken about this publicly, really. But I think it's important to do so because the one thing I've learned about this position is that it's important to use your voice to try and help other people. And so with what I'm about to say, if that helps one person, two people, great. So if you take it back to the start with anxiety, for me, I've always been a worrier, and then I was always worried if I wasn't worried about something. So it's like this perpetual cycle in my mind.
Yeah, that's an unhealthy way to live,
It's not great, is it? And then that, I think, throughout adulthood and a divorce, that sort of worry morphed into an anxiety disorder. And then that developed into some panic attacks. And I know you've had this feeling as well, but when I started working in television, I was so afraid of making a fool of myself that I would work myself into such a frenzy that I'd have panic attacks live on air.
Yeah.
So that's when I first started to speak to professionals and counsellors and just try to get to the root of it, like what's at the bottom of all this. And it's a pretty ordinary feeling when you're standing there live on TV and your heart's racing and you can't speak. And it's like, I got really good at masking it though, so that was the upside.
Which is incredible because you can't talk.
No.
Your breath gets out of whack.
Yeah.
You can only take breaths in, you can't take them out. It's horrible.
So after years and years of that anxiety, it really later developed due to a series of circumstances into a deep depression. And I'm talking like a debilitating, can barely get out of bed depression. And just to context it a little bit, at that time, I was working in an environment that was full of sharks, and the sharks were just circling, and none of them wanted to see me do well. All of them wanted to see me drown. And sometimes those sharks would turn on each other, and then other days those sharks would turn on me. And so that basically got to a point where I went and saw someone again, and they prescribed antidepressants, which there is a place for antidepressants. There's no question about that. They can help people, but they weren't for me. Like I felt like they turned me into a crazy person, and to the point where my husband said, "Okay, I want my wife back. Like, where are you?" Yeah. It sort of made me dead behind the eyes. He would describe it, and so this created the perfect storm. And ironically, I knew I was spiraling. Like I knew things were getting really, really bad. And so I'd gotten to the point where I'm going to check into a health retreat and that will fix all my problems. So the day I went to check into a health retreat was the day there was an event, and I seriously hit rock bottom, and it was public and it was spectacular, and it was the moment where I had to make a choice whether I wanted to drown or I hit the bottom of the pool. And you have a choice. And you can't drown because you've got little people that depend on you. So you've got to kick up, don't you? You've got to push off the bottom of the pool and come up for air eventually. And that means, and it's boring and it's laborious, but you have to go to the dark places that you don't want to go to and work out why you're feeling the way you're feeling. And for me, that meant doing a lot of work on myself, a lot of counselling, a lot of talking, a lot of shitty stuff that, you know, you just wish you never had to do, but it's so worth it in the end. And that would be my message to anyone who's been through anything similar. Talk about it. Find your counsellor, find your psychologist, find your psychiatrist. I found a little spiritual hippie friend named Gregory, and he was wonderful, and he just put things into perspective. He's like, you're a tiny, tiny speck in this universe. Stop thinking you're so important in the whole scheme of things, you know?
Bit of old school love.
Yeah, yeah. move your body, exercise. That you and I are both big advocates for this. It means everything, doesn't it? For you, not just for your physical health, but your mental health. Fill your own cup. Self-care, and I don't mean buy a nice candle. Like, self-care is doing the hard stuff and the meditation and all those sorts of mindfulness things. And the final thing I would say on this is, do not try and mask how you're feeling. Don't try and self-sabotage. Don't try and cover it up. Don't try and dull the emotions. You have to feel them to get through it. And I don't like talking about this today, but I can talk about it because I'm a different person sitting here in front of you doing this job that we love and loving my life than I was back then.
Yeah.
It almost feels like I'm looking down on myself at that time, like just going, babe, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing to yourself?
Yeah.
So I think that's the only reason I can sit here and try and talk about my experience to help other people.
Oh, 100%. And you're the perfect example of coming out the other side.
Yeah.
A better person.
Yeah.
A wiser person.
I am
And right
resilient.
now-
I'm bloody resilient.
Yeah.
I have to say that. Like, you don't know your own strengths sometimes until you go through something really, really hard. So I'm proud of myself for that.
Yeah, you should be.
I'm proud of the person I've become. Proud to sit here with you.
Yeah, absolutely. And you should be proud of those things because this is what you're doing right now is a really, really good thing. I would feel like there's absolutely people in a situation right now thinking, well, it's not going to get better from here.
Well, it does.
It can.
It
And
does.
will.
I'm so glad you said that because your dark days, you think there's no tomorrow. There's always a tomorrow. The sun's always going to rise tomorrow. And it does get better. That's the thing. You can feel one way one day and then 3 days later you can feel a completely different way. So you just got to ride it out and get through it.
Well done.
Thank you.
Seriously, because it's not easy to talk about that space and what the process and coming through is really, really brave because now you're helping other people. So well done.
But that's my story. It's part of who I am. You know, I wouldn't change it. I didn't enjoy it, but it's made me a better human. So, yeah. But as you said, just keep going. Just keep going. If you feel like it's all too hard and it's all too much, you'll get through.
Jodes, just to put it simply, poured her heart out just before and told us your story. We've been speaking over the last couple of days about anxiety, mental health and everything in those sorts of areas. And it's a tough space to talk about. I spoke about it yesterday, my relationship with anxiety, and then just then you took us through your journey with mental health, depression, etc. And it was powerful, Jodes. Really, really powerful. How are you feeling right now?
I feel grateful that I feel safe enough in this room to be able to talk about it. Feel nervous about the reaction, but it is what it is, and you know, it's my story and only I know how it felt at the time and the exhaustion and the burnout. But what I can tell you is that there are women across this state who are feeling the same sort of burnout and exhaustion. I saw a meme this morning that made me laugh. It was like, oh God, if only I had time to do this breakdown properly. And I sort of think that's how we all feel at some point. Like we can't even do a breakdown properly because we don't have the time for it. So, I definitely don't feel alone in this space, and I would welcome anyone who wants to have a chat about it to give us a call on 13 24 10 or send us a text 0400 919 919. We'd love to share the journey with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Tomorrow as well, we're going to speak to a very, very special psychologist. Her name is Nicola Vandertutsi. She is
Said it
from
with confidence, and I love
Headspace.
that from you. Vandertutsi?
She's going to join us as well, just to give us some more of a background, mental health, anxiety, but also some methods and way to cope when you're
this
going
is
through
a
some
thing,
tough times.
Though. How do you differentiate between what's just a bit of worry and what's actual anxiety and what's full-on depression and, you know, and also navigating your kids through this as well, which is just, with social media at the moment, what a bloody minefield.
I don't think you can ever go wrong getting help, Jodie. I know you said that yesterday. No one you know has ever had a bad experience. I think if it's something that you're worried about, and if you've been listening over the last couple of days, there's absolutely no shame in reaching out, putting your hand up and saying, hey, I might need some help.
Well, also the other thing is too, and you made a good point, Molly, is find your person. You might go to a counsellor and just go, that's not right for me. Just keep going. Just keep tampering with different things until you find the right one.
Yeah, you mentioned as well, we can open up the space. We'd love to hear from you because we're all on different journeys, and even at your lowest, like you mentioned before, the sun will come up tomorrow and there's an opportunity to bounce back because you're a shining example of how well you can bounce back and how much of a better person and wiser person you can be.
Thank you.
If you do want to share your journey, we'd love to hear from you.
Check this out.
This is Adelaide's favourite way to wake up. Jodie and Hazy on Nova 919.
Top of 31 degrees across Adelaide today. It's been an interesting couple of days. Around this time, we've gone down a bit of a different route, and we've pivoted in a different direction and spoken about anxiety and mental health and all sorts of things in that space. Jodie spoke just before about her journey with mental health and coming out the other side. And it's an unbelievable journey that you've been on, Jodes. And what we can say, 13 24 10, a lot of calls are coming through just about people sharing their space and what it means to them. Let's go to Halla Cove and speak to Mel. Good morning, Mel.
Morning.
Morning, Mel. How you doing?
You've made me cry, so thanks.
Sorry about that. So I promise it'll be business as usual tomorrow. We'll go back to making people laugh in the morning, hopefully. But I don't know. This morning, I think it was an important conversation to have. How are you?
Well,
how are you?
I'm good. I want to say thank you for opening up and sharing that, because that is big. I've actually spoken to you guys before regarding my husband who gave up alcohol.
Yes.
And so for me, I've always had anxiety, depression since I was a kid. And last year I had a time where my work situation wasn't great and I spiralled down, and it was this time last year. And you can't stop the thoughts, and you just race, and the physical symptoms of your tummy always in a knot and all that sort of stuff. And it's not until I kind of realised one day I woke up and I went, I don't want to actually wake up today.
Yeah.
And I'm so thankful that I've got a GP that I can reach out to. She's been my GP for 15 years, and I got in straight away, and they were straight on it and got me through to the mental health service and supported me through. I had a great boss who supported me through, and it's hard, and it's really hard to talk about it, but it's easy to do it on the radio because I can't see your face, so I can't see you judging me.
Oh my God.
Absolutely no judgment here, Mel. I'll give you the hot tip, because you've helped us as well. So everyone who shares their journey helps someone else, we feel like. And you sharing your story a couple of weeks ago, as you know, that helped me. So I've got right back on alcohol. So, and I've spoken to you off air, and I'll thank you again, but sharing this journey, just like what Jodie did before, helps so many people. So that's what it's all about. I don't think you can over-communicate in this space.
Yeah.
No.
And
it really helps having good friends too, like making sure that you're talking to friends and family where you can. It's hard, but you got to do it.
Yeah. Let me tell you, Mel, old queen of the hot messes over here ain't judging anyone, that's for sure. Thank you so much for giving us a call. We really appreciate it.
No worries. Take care and look after yourself.
Yeah. And just on that, 13 11 14 is the number for Lifeline if anyone is really, really struggling.
We've pivoted in a different direction this morning, Jodes. So, look, we like having fun. That's the most important thing for us, having fun and starting the day with a laugh. But sometimes you need to cover some topics which are a little bit more serious. Started yesterday with anxiety, and you took us through your journey with mental health, where you got to the lowest point and how you've managed to get yourself back up to where you are now, which is absolutely marvellous.
And it's worthwhile saying too, because I don't like it when people talk about their anxiety and depression and they don't acknowledge the impact that it's had on the people around them. And this, don't get me wrong, this has had a big impact on my kids and my husband. And the way back, I wouldn't have found it without them. So, it's my husband he's a remarkable human being. So, I just think it's really important to acknowledge those people around you that help get you back.
The calls that are coming through are extraordinary, like texts and calls on 13 24 10, when we said, if you want to, give us a call, 13 24 10, and share your journey. It's been quite remarkable. We'll go to Aberfoyle Park. This is Ange. Good morning to you, Ange.
Good morning.
I just apologise in advance if I made you cry as well, Ange.
No.
What's your...
yeah, it's all good. Firstly, I just wanted to say thanks, Jodie. I really resonated with what you said and was like, yep, 100%, got to talk about it, got to keep pushing through. You don't know what you're capable of until you reach the end of your capacities. So, which was certainly the case for me. After dealing with anxiety on and off for many years, I got pregnant with my beautiful daughter, and in the 6 months after she was born, developed a quite severe case of postnatal depression and anxiety. It was horrible. I just couldn't see the forest for the trees.
Yeah.
And but also my daughter's connection with me really helped me going, because I was questioning like everything about myself and my capabilities as a mother, but my daughter was obsessed with me. And so I'm like, hang on, it kept me going in the sense of like, well, I have to be doing something right because she wouldn't be obsessed with me otherwise.
Yeah.
So long story short, after trying some medications and everything, I was seeing my regular psych. I ended up in Helen Mayo House in Glenside for 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Just getting myself back on track. The nurses and everything there were amazing.
Yeah.
In their support, but I've had some of the most amazing things come out of that journey. Like, I now have the most closest group of friends that I never knew I needed from some of the other women that were there. And I finally believe I'm the strong woman that I always wanted to be. And I've got a new sense of confidence within myself, not only just within my realm of being a mother, but also just within myself and being comfortable with who I am and my personalities and my capabilities to do my work and all of that. So doing the hard work is pretty yuck, like you were saying, but coming out the other side, like,
so worth it.
you wouldn't recognise me from what I was before.
And Ange, it's really funny you should say that about your baby and the connection, because I had Harper after I went through all of this, and I just remember having moments where I was holding her, Hazy, and I was like, you know what's going on here. It was so weird, Ange. I was like, as my baby, you get exactly my emotions and my feelings. Isn't that a strange but incredible feeling? Yeah, and now I have the most incredible connection with my daughter ever. Like, I'm a science teacher, so like just thinking about the human development, how I help create this human being, and and like what she's going through, and that connection that's really important between the two of us, and like just life is scary and terrifying, but there's so much beauty in the complexity of it all. Yeah, so, absolutely. Yeah, and that's what I noticed. I really appreciate your call. Thank you so much for your honesty as well. I know that's not easy.
Yeah, like I said before, Joe, it's Ange, it's an incredible story, and brave as well. Like, to talk about this, I think it's probably the hardest thing you can do, and that is genuinely talk about your emotions. We spoke about it yesterday. Girls are so much better than boys.
Oh, yeah, we are.
Geez, I'll tell you what, men, and I'll lead this pack, can talk some absolute crap at times, but when we have to talk about our feelings and emotions, it's a bit harder. Well done to Ange.
Well, you kicked off this conversation, so well done to you. And also 13 11 14 is the number for Lifeline. If you are feeling like you are on edge a bit and you need to talk to someone, then they are the most excellent resource.
Nova 919's Jodie and Hazy, Adelaide's favourite way to wake up.
8:46, we were the top of 31 degrees across Adelaide today. 9 o'clock this morning, we played the second instalment of Nova's birthday payday. We've had a couple of days now, Joe. It's where we love having fun.
Yeah.
And that's probably the most important thing, but we've sort of veered in different directions because things happen, and sometimes things happen where you're like, we need to talk about this. Yeah. Because the best method to deal with this is to talk about it. So I spoke about my relationship with anxiety yesterday. You spoke about your relationship with anxiety and mental health today. Your journey, where you were and where you are right now.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you right now, my friend, it is helping a lot of people, and that is purely based on the amount of people who are calling up, sharing their story and saying thank you for sharing yours, because like we've mentioned, you cannot over-communicate in this space.
Yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate that. When you go through these things, you've got to try and somehow turn it around and shine the light on how you can get through it and how you can help other people. So hopefully that's what we're doing this morning.
Spot on. 13 24 10, let's go to Hayley. Hayley, good morning to you. And firstly, thank you for sharing your story.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Have you been in this space, Hayley?
I definitely have. So I had 2 of my grandparents die within a month of each other. And then 2 weeks later, my uncle died. Oh. Then my roof fell down. A historical abuse case came up. And then I had 3 people try and rob my house.
Jeez. What a time, Hayley. Oh, my very goodness.
Yeah. So it was a lot. And I was very good at I would call myself a duck. So
Yeah.
I'd look all normal up the top, and underneath the water, I'm
paddling.
frantically paddling. So one day I woke up and I realised I don't think I can do this anymore. So it's taken a lot of work and a lot of hard and difficult conversations with the people I love, and, you know, a lot of therapy, a lot of meditation, like you mentioned, a lot of mindfulness. And it's also taken me a lot of time to realise that we need to be kind of graceful with ourselves.
Yeah.
So we need to appreciate that, hey, if you made your bed today and that's all that you're capable of,
Good.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like I'm so proud of you, and I'm so proud of all the other women and the women who haven't had a chance to share today that go through these sort of things. And, you know, I just think we need to show grace with each other and support each other, because you never know what someone's going through.
Oh, well said, Hayley.
Absolutely,
Well
Hayley. I'm
said.
sorry you have been through all of that. That she must have been like, when's this going to end?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
But
And
like you have mentioned a few times, sun comes up and there is always an opportunity to bounce back.
Do you find that sometimes when you catch yourself inside your own head and you've got all these negative thoughts about yourself, do you ever think, imagine if I spoke to my best mate like that? You know what I mean? It's like all these horrible things you say to yourself inside your head. Imagine if I spoke to my friends and my family like that.
Oh, yeah.
Be horrified.
You just wouldn't. You wouldn't.
But
And it's just weird. It's weird. And when people say, I think we're built in a society where it's so like, oh no, don't get around yourself. You don't love yourself. Stop being arrogant. Things like that. But
Man.
the trickiest relationship is to love yourself a lot of the
Absolutely.
time.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone's scared of loving yourself because that makes you arrogant and self-centered.
Well, what's the old saying? If you don't love yourself, who's going to love you?
Yeah.
Really?
Spot
If you
on.
can't do it yourself. Oh, let's go to T Sweet.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Doesn't it?
Jace, thank you for sharing your story.
Thank you.
Amazing. And everyone who's called up from 13 24 10, thank you for sharing your journey as well. This is really, really nice. It's Nova 919.
Take a sip of your coffee. Settle into your seats. Jodie and Hazy, Adelaide's favourite way to wake up.
Good morning. Welcome to your Tuesday. Andrew Hayes, you've got a new hat.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. It's a South Australian Cricket Association hat. Go to the Sackers.
Go to the Sackers.
Big game tomorrow against the Bulls.
Yeah.
Going for the double, the boys.
What is it? First Shield final? No, if they win, the first victory in nearly 30 years or something.
Yeah, 100%. It's been, what, was it 95, 96?
Yeah.
Unbelievable times. Of course, won the One Day Cup, so we're right behind the Sackers. Good on you, boys.
Yeah, I love that you've donned the hat the day before the game. Well done.
What do you mean? Are you accusing me of jumping on board?
I'm just saying there's a
Are you
bandwagon. It was
saying-
going past and you went, hey, I'll get on board that.
I thought, given how quick the bandwagon was going, my ability to go from nothing to jumping on was quite extraordinary.
It was incredible, actually. No, that's not fair. You've done quite a few stories on the cricket.
Yes.
In your role as the Channel 7 sports reporter.
Oh, thanks, Joes. Thanks for that aggressive little U-turn. How are you this morning? It's Tuesday. Know what that means? Songs, just around the corner.
Yeah. Well, you spoke a bit about anxiety yesterday. Well, that makes me anxious, that's for sure.
Okay.
Makes the heart race a little bit. So if you are new to the show, welcome. This is basically we take Nova hits that are orchestralised and we have to try and guess what they are.
Yeah.
Sounds easy in theory.
It's actually not in the moment.
No, it's not.
But up for grabs is a Wallace Cinema Family Pass, so it's very, very competitive because we keep score as well. Nova's Pay Your Bills is going to happen this morning as well. Please, we really encourage you to register a bill via the Nova Player. Each and every morning at 7 o'clock, we could hook you up and cover it, and that would be a delightful way to start your Tuesday.
Yeah, we're going to talk about a wanker influencer as well a little later in the morning.
Oh, my gosh.
You hate this guy.
Yeah, because I've been watching, I don't know why, it's the morning routine for me. And we've spoken about this, and we have taken the piss out of people who do morning routines before.
Hi,
but this bloke
guys.
takes it to the next level.
Here's my day on a plate. Oh, man. Clearly
There's
don't
my
have a-
co-worker. Hi, guys. Oh, there's such characters. We have such fun at work. No, you don't. They hate you. And they hate your videos as well.
Oh, they think you're stupid.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
All right, let's get into it, Jodes. Yesterday, I spoke about anxiety and the relationship that I had with anxiety, and it's not healthy.
No.
So let's retouch on that next. It is Jodie and Hazy, thanks to Shell OTR.
Warning, the following segment is for audiences only and may contain adult content, graphic language and nudity. Not that you'll see it. If easily offended, well, you're about to find out just how easily.
Your father, he's on the naughty list.
Jodie and Hazy's Naughty at 6:40.
Naughty.
So, Jodes, I've brought something to the table this morning, and apparently I'm a little bit late. And you know me, sometimes a little bit tardy in these sort of areas.
It's just a hey, Charlie Dixon retired from Jodie Oddie situation.
What?
Remember?
Dixon retired.
I announced
Yeah,
Charlie
you
Dixon
bet.
retired about 3 weeks after the fact, and I have never, ever been able to forget it. Anyway.
Yeah, Jodes this morning, she was like, did you know Zach Butters is injured? He's missed a couple of weeks. So I've just seen a recent article, and apparently it is a TikTok trend, but when I brought this to the table, producer Molly's like, I've been doing this for years.
Wow.
I remember talking about this 5 years ago.
Oh, okay. The youngins are ahead of it. It's called vabbing. Did you know about this? Vabbing, which involves using, I'm just going to say, vaginal fluids
don't.
as a form of perfume to attract potential partners.
Yeah, right.
Is vabbing a thing?
Apparently.
Why am I late to it?
So
Maybe because I can't vab.
the secretions are applied to the area of the neck and the wrist to enhance attraction. Really?
Does it enhance attraction though?
Well, let me turn this back on you and let me ask you a question. Does it smell nice?
What? I don't know.
He doesn't know what to say.
You mean you don't know?
Hang on, don't aggressively ask a question like that. It's really putting me in a confronting situation.
Who else do we ask?
I don't know.
No.
I'm not sure.
So this TikTok video has garnered 1.5 million views. And despite lacking scientific backing, some suggest vabbing might boost confidence due to a placebo effect.
A placebo effect.
I can't imagine strutting into a bar and just being like, I smell like vagina,
I know.
everybody.
Come get it, lads. I smell like vagina. So I understand the whole pheromones thing.
Yeah.
Because there was a study I saw the other day. It's just about if it's a tiny bit of sweat and there's a bit of smell there.
Yeah.
That actually can, be used as a
In
pheromone.
men, I think.
Is it men? Is it?
Yeah.
If you like your partner's sweat, I think that's a good sign.
Yeah.
It's something to do with that, the pheromones.
Right.
And your,
Depends on the level of sweat, though.
yeah.
If my husband comes home from the gym and he's drenched and I'm like, ugh,
Go to shower, you stinky mess.
you filthy animal.
But I'm just going to put it out there. I don't want to be the Debbie Downer, but I'm not sure about vabbing. Okay?
Okay.
I'm just not sure about that for a trend in 2025.
So if we, for example, just wanted to come up with one of those quirky radio stunts, you didn't want to do my own line of that?
What's that smell? Gotcha. Been vabbing. Chodes, you know that I love a little conspiracy theory. I think we all like sometimes going down the rabbit hole. There's a new one involving Katy Perry. Who saw this coming? So this is a little social media thing that's come up, and it's basically a photo of Katy Perry when she's got the blonde hair,
Yeah.
and it's a picture of Katy Perry side by side to JonBenet Ramsey, who is, I think she was 6 years old when she went missing, and she was like a child beauty queen.
Well, she was a child, yes, pageant queen she was.
Pageant queen, yes.
Yeah.
Very famous though, wasn't she?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So someone has put up a photo and said, basically, wake up, people. Clearly, JonBenet went missing, and it's Katy Perry. And then Katy Perry responded to the random post and just said, wait, am I? And then the first comment from someone is, great, going down the rabbit hole, catch y'all in a week. So I thought, oh, geez, that is a nice little rabbit hole. That is the JonBenet Ramsey rabbit hole, which is now morphing into maybe it's Katy Perry.
Yeah.
But everyone's got their little conspiracy theories which really, really grip you.
Well, I think the biggest one on the planet at the moment is after the arrest of P. Diddy, right? So now everyone has got to, because the attorney came out and said many powerful people will be exposed and many dirty secrets will be revealed. And so now the internet has decided that due to Beyonce and her husband's Jay-Z's power in the music industry and their well-documented friendship with Diddy throughout the years, the conspiracy theory goes that when other artists became a threat to Beyonce, Diddy would have them killed.
They would disappear or they'd mysteriously get some sort of illness and not recover.
Yes. So the conspiracy theorists point to clues in the lyrics of rapper J. Cole's 2013 hit song She Knows, which references R&B singers Aliyah and Lisa Left Eye Lopez, who all both died in freak accidents. Wow. And then I think who was the other? Was it Brittany Murphy was also linked to this as well because she died of some sort of...
She got pneumonia.
Yeah.
The conspiracy theory is there's some sort of drug that causes people to die, but then the autopsy comes up as pneumonia.
Yeah, right. So apparently, okay. So just so we're clear, Beyonce and Jay-Z are responsible for all these people's deaths.
Oh, my very goodness. So I didn't say
that.
Hey, Jay-Z and Beyonce. I didn't say
I didn't
Jodie
say
said
that.
it, okay?
But-
She's sitting to my left.
But also, the other thing to evolve from this, because I am so far down the rabbit hole now, is that every time an artist wins an award, they thank Beyonce because they don't want to get...
Is that the latest?
Yes.
That's why they do it.
Yeah.
Going against the grain is 50 Cent.
Yes.
He has been saying this via podcasts and interviews for years and years. Here's a clip of him talking about Jay-Z.
I was saying things not knowing exactly what I was saying. But I was going, where's Jay at? He's mad quiet. Like while the Puffy thing was going on. But it's obvious now that his team was being made aware that he was in those allegations also.
Curtis Jackson, he don't care.
No.
He don't care. You can shoot him 100 times. He won't die.
No, he says that in his lyrics.
Producer Molly?
There's also thoughts that the fires recently through Hollywood have something to do with it. Burning evidence. Have you heard that?
Burning evidence. Oh, that's
They're burning
extreme,
evidence.
isn't it?
What?
That is extreme.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I've got one for you. The Adelaide mole people. Why are you laughing? They're real. Okay.
Okay.
So
Go on
1800s, apparently there's tunnels underneath the CBD.
Yes.
So there's tunnels that have been put there for different ways to move around, but also train tunnels.
Right.
And apparently, if you go down the rabbit hole, there's Adelaide mole people that live underneath, particularly around Hindley Street.
Right.
Ooh,
Wait.
yeah. I'll give you the hot tip, Jodes. I've met a few of these mole people.
Yeah, but you met them
3
on
a.m.
you met them on Hindley
They
Street.
were above ground, 3 a.m.
So what are they doing down there?
Well, just living out their best lives.
Yeah, right.
It's not very wholesome down there. I'll give you the hot tip.
No.
Oh, so the conspiracy theory is that they're not really sort of human creatures. They're like humanoid sort of creatures, but they're quite disgusting. But
part
there's
mole.
mole people. Because there's supposed to be mole people in all sorts of different parts of the states.
Okay.
Like living underneath the tunnels and sewers in New York and things like that. But we've got our own mole people. Yay, Adelaide.
Yeah, that's cool. What's that rat called from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? What's his name?
Splinter.
Splinter. Or little little Splinter people.
He might be down there as well.
Oh, who's
Could be a few mutant turtles as well. Who knows?
What have you got, Molly?
I reckon mermaids could be real.
Oh,
Okay,
my
hear me
very
out.
goodness. No.
Better be good.
Hang on, can I just say something? Did you think The Little Mermaid was based on a true story?
It's a love story of the ages. No, I went down this rabbit hole recently about mermaids because there was this sighting in the middle of nowhere in the ocean on one of those big barges.
Yeah.
And this guy, you've got to see the video, sees this thing jump out of the water and they're making these like siren sounds, which is apparently what mermaids make. How could you fake that?
Wait. You've just alleged that mermaids, who by the way are not real, make a siren sound. Are
Yeah.
you insane? Are you in charge of this breakfast show?
Like that.
That's true. It's true, Jodes. It's true, Jodes. My 4-year-old daughter told me the same thing. Okay, Jodes, really like a lovely dog story. Isn't that nice? And this one comes to us from Kangaroo Island.
Valerie, a miniature dachshund, went missing on November 13, 2023 during a holiday on Kangaroo Island with her owners Georgia and Josh. They left Valerie in a pen and a campsite for about 30 minutes. She escaped and fled to bushland.
Unbelievable scenes, and I can't stress this question enough. Because this poor little dachshund just battling all the elements in Kangaroo Island.
So the KI Community and Kangala Wildlife Rescue continued efforts to locate Valerie, and guess what? They've sighted her 15 k's from Stokes Bay, where she initially disappeared.
It's not a good body for endurance
No.
on a sausage dog, is it? Not good for your back
No.
to be travelling kilometres and kilometres.
So apparently she survived by feeding on roadkill and drinking dam water.
We've all been there.
That's not your best diet, is
We've
it?
all been there.
I mean, oh, God. That's not great, is it?
She's seen some stuff and she really, really needs somewhat of a health retreat right now.
Wait, so 2023, is that a year and a half?
Yeah.
Year and a half this dog went missing
That's
for.
unbelievable.
Oh, man.
So you love hearing stories like this because obviously in a situation like this, with domestic animals, you fear the worst, don't you? Mm-hmm. And rarely does something happen like this. And I don't know just how good sausage dogs traditionally are at staying alive in the wild.
No.
but I wouldn't have backed them in
No.
as this particular dog to beat the odds.
Well, not when you're coming up against natural predators like big old kangaroos and koalas that can be a little bit feisty, let's be honest. I wonder if this little Valerie made friends out there.
Yeah, that's very true.
Also, it's a miniature. It's not even a fully grown dog.
Oh, I know. I suppose that's the perk of it, though, isn't it? That if you're a miniature dachshund and you see it's even the slightest bit of roadkill, that's enough energy for a week, mate.
I know. It's just 3 bites of some dead rabbit on the side of the road. You're away.
Yeah, there you go. If you've got a story for us as well, we'd love to hear from you. 13 24 10 or send us a text 0400 919 919. Sure, there's questions about why she ran away in the first place.
Yeah.
But more importantly, she's been reunited with her owners.
With Georgia and Josh. Isn't that lovely? Well done, guys.
Love a happy ending on Nova 919.
Jodie and Hazy, song.
It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be fun.
Sure.
Just have some fun.
Yep.
Producer Molly, take us through it.
Okay, so we play you 3 hits or throwbacks we often spin here on Nova, but the trick is the songs are orchestralised. You've got to buzz in with your name. Best of 3 are playing for 2 lovely listeners.
Yes, let's go to Matt from Woodville. Good morning, Matt.
How's it going?
You've probably made the smart choice. You've chosen Team Hazy. Well done.
Thank you.
Oh,
You're welcome.
Hang on, Matt. I think did you get through second? I think you were paired with me, weren't you?
No, I picked it.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Appreciate
You got the good ears.
now I've got pressure. Now it's pressure.
Okay, Renee from Virginia. Good morning, Renee.
Good morning.
Hello. I'm just going to preface this by saying I'll try my best, okay?
Thank you.
Okay.
That's all we can do. That's all we can do.
Shut up.
Oh, I'm trying to be nice.
Okay.
There's nothing I can say right now that you won't hate.
Exactly.
Is that right? Okay, here we go. Best of 3.
Yep.
First song. Should we do it? Ready to go? Ready, steady. Let's go, Jodes. Hey. No, I can't. Stick season.
Season.
It is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I hate you.
It's the season of the sticks and I saw your mom, she forgot that I existed.
My frustration with you. You either get it.
I know.
You either get it within 3 seconds or not.
So you know what, Jodes? You should know that if you've been listening to the song for more than 5 seconds, you could just relax and really, really go for it because I'm out.
Well, just so you know, I'm not relaxed.
I know. I know that. Okay.
1-0.
So I don't think in the history of this competition, rarely when I get the first one, I've got the second one right.
Okay.
Dead set. Okay, you ready? Here we go. Hey, Nicki Minaj, Starships. I'm spilling it, Dave. I'm spilling it, all right? Okay. It's a solid start for me. Oh, wait, I just won. Oh, that's arrogant.
Jodie
That's
can't say
arrogant.
anything.
Just so you know, I'm not in the mood to play the third one for S's and giggles today.
Okay.
I'm just not in the mood.
Do you know what then?
No.
Do you know what then? Molly, would you like to play for the third one?
Okay.
Okay?
She knows what they are, don't you?
Oh, you know what they are though.
I can't remember what the last one is.
Okay. Well, can we have a little bit of can we have some fun here? Matt and Renee, would you guys like to play each
Yeah,
other
you
for the
guys
last
play.
one?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm a shocker, but yeah.
So look, Matt, you've already won a prize. Renee, if you can pull this off, we'll find some prize for you, okay?
Okay.
Okay, you guys ready? Name's your buzzer. Good song. See, it's hard, isn't it?
Hard, it's not on the spot.
Yeah, I can't even think of it.
Oh, guys, come on.
Joseph, have you got it?
Yeah.
Joe, you buzz in.
No, I don't want to. I said I wasn't playing.
Oh.
Let these guys do it.
Any ideas, guys?
No.
See, it's hard, isn't it?
And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I
Oh, good stuff. Matt, well done, mate. You got yourself a Wallace Cinema Family Pass.
Yeah, and Renee, we're going to flip you a family pass to the Big Wedgie as well. Well done.
Perfect. Thanks, guys.
Well done, guys.
There we
And
go.
Thanks to Wallace Cinema. Mitcham, Mount Barker, no longer, and the Piccadilly, your home of big screen magic and entertainment. That's my worst nightmare, and that is not how I wanted the morning to pan out.
But that was nice. See, everyone's a winner. Technically, except for you, Jodes, but everyone else is a winner. What's going on here?
Okay, so
having somewhat of an intervention.
I try not to listen in meetings. I try and zone out as much as humanly possible. But something piqued my interest yesterday.
Also, just like, well done, Jodes.
Okay.
You're so good at that.
Thank you.
You're so good at not listening in meetings.
I appreciate
Well done.
you.
You've got it down to an absolute art.
Appreciate the kudos. Camera guy Josh, you did say something yesterday that I went, oh, whoa, you very what? Something about the toilets here at Nova.
Yeah, okay, so I'm sure as you ladies are aware, when it comes to urinals, there's always a decoy urinal.
What?
Like it's functional, you can use it.
Let me just stop you right there. I'm not sure the ladies are aware of the urinal situation.
No,
Do you guys have urinals?
The whole urinal universe is very foreign to us girls.
Yeah, you got urinals in your
Urinal-verse.
toilets or what?
No, mate.
Is it one big
Is
urinal?
it a big trough?
Like one long one?
No. So when I'm
No, we're not cattle, okay?
So I'm talking about the individual ones, right? So there's always a group of 3. The middle one is there and you can use it, but it exists to make sure that you're not standing shoulder to shoulder with the other bloke.
Right.
However, here at Nova, we've only got 2.
Oh.
Yeah, it's tight.
And the general etiquette is if someone is using one, you just go into the stall.
Oh, what?
However, there's one bloke in the building
Yes.
who insists on using the second urinal
No.
even if somene's there.
No.
And the other day, he welcomed me to the Big Rooster convention as
Wow.
he stood next to me.
Wow.
Okay, first of all, is that common etiquette around here, is it? You're supposed to go to the toilet. You're not
Yeah.
supposed to urinate next to someone in the urinal. But what's it there for? Sure, it's for...
He just
you're right.
explained that.
you're
Even I
literally-
got it.
You're literally rubbing shoulders. I get that.
Yeah, but he explained to split things up so you don't have to stand shoulder to shoulder.
No, but we've only got 2. So am I supposed to go into the toilet, am I?
Yeah, I think you should.
Oh, jeez.
So
Be intimate.
yeah, but you can obviously go to the toilet and stand up and do a wee, can't you?
Yeah, but I feel like it's more offensive if you go to the toilet than go to someone next to the urinal because it's like you're either ashamed of them or ashamed of yourself. And you want everyone to be in this together.
Okay.
As
Hence
someone
the
that-
question.
as
Hence the
someone
thing
that-
I said to you when I got there.
Someone that feels shame, I'll go to the cubicle next time.
Yeah, that's very strange from you. Tell everyone what happened when the big boss came to town last week.
Oh my gosh! So one of so one of the big bosses turned up, and it's like every time the big bosses turn up, isn't that right, Jodie?
Everyone's on edge.
Everyone's on edge, and it's always going to be like, "What's our first interaction going to be?" They're going to come in here. We're going to see them upstairs just before the meeting.
Do you kiss your boss?
Do you kiss the boss? Your cheek, forehead?
Yeah.
Where do you kiss them on the end of the nose? All that sort of stuff. They're really complicated questions. We saw one of the Pete's, and my first interaction was right as I was exiting the toilet in that narrow little hallway, exiting the toilet. And I've got water all over my hands. I'm like, what do we do here? Do you make a joke about how you've got wet hands?
Yeah.
You just put it out there? Do you still kiss on the forehead? What do you actually do?
What did you do?
I ended up kissing him on the nose. It was strange. And on top of that as well, the little greeting that you give each other at a urinal is vital.
What's the little
To connection.
greeting? What?
What are you talking about? I don't say hello to people when I come stand next to them at the urinal.
You didn't respond when I said, welcome to the Hefty Horses Club. Next time I'll say to you, I'm sorry I'm late for the Human Tripod Convention. We may now begin.
Human tripod.
We're learning, Josh.
I need to know. I need to know now.
I need to know.
I need to know.
What's in the news today?
I need to know this.
Here's what you need to know.
What you need to know with Jodie and Hazy.
Oh, you know me, Jodes.
What's that?
Love myself a good fitness influencer.
Oh, don't you just? And, you know, we've been pretty serious all morning, but what better way to lighten the mood than to take the piss out of a fitness influencer? Having said that, 8 million Instagram followers, if you don't mind.
Yeah, his name is Ashton Hall.
Yeah.
And if you look him up, I've seen his stuff on Instagram. He's a beast.
He's an absolute beast
He's
of a
an
human.
absolute weapon.
But I just need to take you through his very unconventional morning routine. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
The entire regimen spans approximately 5 hours, just so you know.
Okay.
Starts at 3:50 a.m.
Oh, cool,
round
of
about the
course.
time your alarm goes off.
You don't want to sleep in, do you?
Nah. So 3:50. Upon waking, he uses mouth tape and nasal strips. What does that? Help me out here, Molly.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's
So-
mouth tape do?
It is meant to make you sleep better.
Yeah, I think so.
Like shutting your mouth.
Yeah.
You're supposed to breathe, but it's supposed to be better for you if you breathe through your nose.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Right.
So if you shut your mouth,
Yeah.
you know, fun fact from me, Jodes.
Go on then.
But the best part of until I was 30 years old, because of some footy injuries, I could only breathe through my mouth.
Really?
And then I got an operation that cleared out my nose
Yeah.
as soon as I finished footy. Unbelievable. I was like, oh, it's a nose, it works. Crazy stuff.
That's amazing. Okay, then he dunks his face in ice water.
Ooh.
Not even joking.
Heard that's good.
Wow.
In what way, Molly?
Apparently it's great for you.
In the toilet.
That's adorable.
And then he does some push-ups on his balcony, a bit of treadmill running and some swimming as well. Then he journals and he meditates.
That's good.
Aiming to enhance his mental clarity. And then, and this is the part where it gets super weird, he'll eat a banana, but then he'll grab the peel and rub it all over his face and give himself a little banana.
Oh, of course.
Again, checks out to me.
What do you mean?
So banana peels have like
Antioxidants or something?
Yeah, like they've got certain like minerals or whatever. For your, I know this is a separate topic, but if you want your plants to blossom, your indoor plants, put a banana peel in water and then use that water on your plants and they go bananas. So it makes sense it works on your skin.
Something I absolutely won't be doing. And if you start rubbing banana peels on your face in here in the morning, then you will no longer be employed on the Jodie.
Gardening tips with producer Molly. That's a show I tune into.
And then after rubbing his face with a banana peel, he dunks his head in ice water once again, thus completing the routine. Just a bit of feedback for our boy Ashton Hall in the comment section. Someone said, I also wake at 3:50 a.m. to roll over and go back to sleep like a normal person.
Yep, spot on. It's good.
Bro is out there training to be Batman while I'm just trying to survive my 9 a.m. alarm.
He's Batman, isn't he? It's pretty Batman-ish.
This is my favourite. I too dunk my face in ice water every morning, except it's my tears hitting the sink before work.
Spot on. There you go. That's how the rest of society is living. Oh, check this bloke out, Ashton Hall, because I've seen him a couple of times. It's quite amazing. So what I find amazing as well is to take you through your stock standard routine. How much extra filming and work is that on the computer?
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Does it say what his job is? He looks like a podcaster.
So he is. I believe he's an online fitness coach. But these sort of guys as well, they sell you courses, and it is I'll tell you how to be the best version of yourself, etc.
Yeah.
But the big thing is they always try and show you how awesome they are behind the scenes. Like, look how much I'm killing it. Oh, here's a Ferrari.
Yeah.
I'm in the top penthouse at Abu Dhabi or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
It's all fine for me.
Hey, what's your morning routine, by the way?
My morning routine. The same thing. Do you know what happened this morning?
What?
And it happens 3 times a week.
What?
I get up in the morning, 4 o'clock is my alarm. I make my way to the toilet. I sit down to do a wee. 3 times out of 5, I fall asleep on the toilet. So that happened this morning.
Killing it.
And then just as I'm about to fall off the toilet, I wake up. And then I turn up and produce this radio show on Nova 919.
Oh my God. Do you? Do you? Or does she do that?
That's my job.
It's so glamorous, isn't it?
Isn't it stunning?
Yeah, not quite Ashton Hall levels, but there you go. We're doing our best.
Built like him, though.
On Nova 919.